As usual, whenever Mike Perfit raises anything, you know it's mischief. He either misinforms himself or fails to understand. Even when it was pointed out to him that the standing order that he was referring to is inapplicable, he still persisted in writing the president. It served an opportunity, one, for the Senate to get advice from the Attorney General on the legal position. The legal position is very clear. The standing orders makes a distinction between ministers on the one hand and the leader of government business on the other hand. There is no requirement that the leader of government business be a minister or be a member of cabinet. That is very clear from the standing orders, and the president explained all of that this morning. Secondly, as I have said, Fred Martinez, Doug Singh, same position. We're not in cabinet, and they were leader of government business. So there is nothing new about this happening. It's just the usual mischief from Mike.
Outside of your ministerial position now, how do you become informed or aware of the government's intentions or cabinet's intentions behind a bill, behind a motion, behind a proposal?
Right. So that is why in the press release, when the Prime Minister announced my resignation, they used the phrase cabinet privilege. The tradition and convention, well established, as happened with others, is that the leader of government business is invited to cabinet when there is major legislation being debated, discussed in cabinet, so that you can know that when it comes to the Senate, what the government thinking is. Since the end of December when I left the cabinet, I have not been to a single cabinet meeting because there has not been any major legislation that my presence needs to be there so that I can participate in the debate and understand it. But the idea is whenever there is a major piece of legislation, I will be invited to cabinet, and assuming that I can make it, I will attend to make sure that I understand what government's policy is behind the legislation.